As you sit down quietly, you can see for yourself not only the silence around is effortless, but also for you when you are keeping quiet. The sound of the peacock at a distance, the birds, even my speech is effortless for you because you are not creating these sounds. The silence outside is as effortless as even the sounds that you hear. But if you want to speak, that will be an effort. If you choose to speak, that will be an effort. Exactly the same way. As you sit down, being with yourself, the awareness, like the silence outside, effortless. Your memory is flashing by without your involvement, like the sounds of the birds outside, again effortless. Your involvement needs effort. I thought, unconsciously, losing itself in a stream of thought. Looks effortless, but it's a habit. The peacock called, the sounds reached you in the womb of silence. Reaction is your, call it decision, responsibility. Who you are, effortless. No sense organs can perceive it. Avyaktoyam achintyoyam avikaryoyam uchyate. I am Atma, self. Avyakta, unmanifest. Not a sound to be heard. Not a touch to be touched. Not a taste to be tasted. Not a sight to be seen. Not a smell to be smelled. And therefore, it cannot be a thought. A perception turns to be a thought. When who you are is not an object of perception. It can't be an object of your thought. So who you are is not any one of the thoughts or a perception. Avikaryo yamuchyate. Free from modification of every kind. Najayate mriyate va kadachit. Never born, never passes. Ajo nitya saswatoyam purana. Ajaha, unborn, eternal. Sarire hanyamanena hanyate. Even when the body is struck down, it survives. And the thoughts disappear. Awareness still is. Having known this, tasmadinam viditvinam, nanusochidumarrasi. You cannot afford to grieve in life. There is absolutely no struggle to be happy, blissful, to be immortal. There is absolutely no struggle. Keeping the body alive is a struggle. You have to go against the natural death. Relative comfort, discomfort, convenience, inconvenience, success, failure are your personal judgment. Absolute happiness is not your personal judgment. Who you are, who I am, who all are, everybody one and the same. Which thought gives you pleasure or pain, a perception, sensation, comfortable or uncomfortable, depends on you. Every pain, misery, grief begins with the forgetfulness of one's own self. asocyan annasocastvam. Never to grieve for things that need not be grieved. Always at rest with yourself. You continue to live your life. At no time there is a hint of misery. Body shall change from youth to old age. Happy to be young, happy to be old. Happy to be poor, happy to be rich. Happy to live, happy to die. Happy to succeed, what you consider success. Happy in case it doesn't work. The sense of fulfillment, nobody takes away. Struggle if you choose in the outside world. Happily struggle to reach your goal if you have set it for yourself. Na anusochitum arasi. Never do you deserve the pain. Absolutely effortless. Grief needs effort. Fighting, misery, pain needs your unconscious involvement and effort. To be happy and blissful is effortless. Nobody can touch it. No agent of destruction. Fire, water, earth, air cannot touch it. Time never can change it. Who you are, a timeless existence. No perception, no thought. No name, no form. Nitya sarvagata sthanu achaloyam sanatana. eternal, all-pervasive. Therefore, no movement. Immobile, eternally fresh, Sanatana. Just see that for yourself. Vedishangapadakramopanishadaihi gayantiyam swamaga dhyanavasthitatadgatena manasa pashintiyam yogina yasyandam navidusvara surahana devaya tasmai namah. Number 25, please. Avyakto yamachintyoyam avikaryo yamuchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nanushocitumarhasi atha chainam nityajatam nityam vamanyase mrutam tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shocitumarhasi jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha tasmada pariharyarthe natvam shocitumarhasi. It's absolutely glorious verses. I hope you are seeing it for yourself, that language, natvam shocitumarhasi. Beginning with asocyananno sochastvam. Hey Arjuna, you grieve for things that is not to be grieved. Now continuously, Bhagavan is saying, natvam sochitumarhasi. You cannot afford to grieve in life. Now find out for yourself, why is it that people grieve in life? if you see things as they are, you can never ever afford to grieve. Take a step if you choose, but not out of your frustration, grief or misery. See things as it is. It is summer, it is hot. It is winter, it is cold. Is young, therefore agile. Is old, therefore not mobile. Certain things I can remember clearly, certain things the memory fails. Sense organs, young, can see from a distance, old, dilapidated, ruined, cannot. So you see things as it is. Somebody is brilliant, can achieve things. Somebody is not, could not. So if you see things as it is, there is no sense of grief. I as I am. Absolute, relative. Ajo nitya saswato yam purana. Who I am, aham pratyaya gochara. The meaning of the word I, absolute, immortal. Body shall pass. Thought shall pass. So if you see things as it is, there shall never ever be a grief in life. There shall never ever be any hint of misery or grief in life. The grief comes out of comparison. A huge source of grief in human life is comparison. Think for yourself. In a country where everybody is bald, nobody misses the hair. In a country where everybody is having hair, maybe baldness will be an exotic thing. Just think. If you look at your physical body, your hand as it is, your leg as it is, your nose as it is, every part of your body as it is, beautiful. But you compare. That person's nose is better, that person's hand is better, that person's finger is nice, this person's leg is nice, back is nice, front is nice, and mine is not nice. Understand? Comparison. You cannot be miserable without comparing. In the truth, absolute is incomparable. Just see the beauty. In the truth, the absolute is incomparable. Why? You are Brahman, I am Brahman. You are the happiness, I am the happiness. You are Satchidananda, I am Satchidananda. You are absolute, I am absolute. You are blissful, I am blissful. There is no somebody is more immortal, somebody is less immortal. Are you getting that point, please? Somebody is not more immortal or less immortal. Somebody is not more blissful and less blissful. As much you are blissful, that much I am blissful. Who you are and who I am, one and the same. What you have, what I have, there is a difference. There should be difference. Understand? There should be difference. If there is no difference, you cannot function in life. The whole body, listen carefully. When you say the word body, from top to toe, one language. Body, hand is body, finger is body, knee is body, thighs are body, stomach is body, throat is body. Everything is body, no problem. But a finger is not the palm, palm is not the knee, knee is not the leg, leg is not the back, back is not the stomach. And that is how they should be. Which one is better looking, finger or the stomach? What are you talking? Finger has its own job, stomach is like stomach shape, finger is like a finger shape. The leg is like leg. Please appreciate. As even in case of your physical body, different parts are there. Every moment in life, you are also part of a body. Your family is a body, organization is a body, state is a body, country is a body. In your family you may be head, in your office you are a tail, because you are a very small job. But in your family, head. In your office, tail. In your country, just an average citizen. Nobody recognizes. In the globalized society of the world, you are just insignificant. In the universe, forget it, from the standpoint of your body. So which one is better? The trouble is, the tail wants to be head in the office. Comparison. This is where comes comparison. The tail wants to be head. No qualification. Absolutely ordinary. It's like the person who is doing manual labor is saying, why can't I be the managing director of the scientific corporation? It's a huge scientific research establishment. And the person who is looking after the garden, he comes and says, why can't I be the managing director? Why that fellow should be always a managing director? Hey, those positions are not given to somebody in a platter. You earn it. Please understand. No comparison, no grief. You take that principle and try. See. The person is not aware of his own shortcoming, but is always aware of other people's achievement or other people's brilliance. That is where the deer got into trouble. The deer was standing in the forest, and then, as the story goes, admiring the beauty of his horn reflected in the water. Admiring, oh, such beautiful horn, so beautiful. But look at these legs, so thin. Power, so thin, ugly looking, thin leg. As the story goes, the tiger roared at a distance. The deer starts running away. When the legs are swiftly taken away from everywhere, now the horns get entangled. And the horns get entangled, now you say, wow, what a powerful legs I have, but these stupid horns, now suddenly horns are stupid. Comparison. Leg is better, horn is better. Horn is good in its own place, leg is good in its own place. How do people destroy themselves? When I was in school days, there was a very nice story. The baby of a crow and the baby of a dove, they were friends. And the baby of the dove and crow, when they were friends, they were going round and collecting grains. And then one day both of them come back, and the dove's mother sees the baby has collected half a pot, but the crow's baby has collected a full pot. And the dove baby immediately gets angry with the small one. How can you bring this much only? You must be the lazy one. Look at the crow's baby, how much he has collected, full one. So beat him, died. Then the crow's baby comes up, crow's mummy comes up, wants to put that grain in the place where it should be put. When you put it, the crow fellow is so naughty, stupid, malevolent, dangerous. He has put half of it stone and covered it with the grain. as much grain dove baby had collected, that much grain crow baby has collected. But the crow baby has kept it half stone and covered it up with the grain. This is comparison. People who are smart, they try to hide their achievement. On the surface they will be showing things, inside disease, pain, but glamour outside. Looking at it, dove now is miserable, kills his baby. And then, the dove says, ooh, 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 the sound, they say the song is, please wake up, please wake up, please wake up, because the baby is dead. And the sound. Just think. The moment you compare, there shall be a sense of grief. You cannot escape. Either grief does not mean only sense of inferiority. Sense of superiority also is a grief. I have this car, the other man has that car. I have this cell phone, other man has this cell phone. I have this dress, other man has that dress. I have this house, other man has that house. I go first class, other person goes walking. I have a plane, the other fellow is running. Comparison, comparison, comparison. The more you compare, the more miserable you are. Being yourself, first be yourself, listen carefully. Where it is incomparable, and where it is comparable, there shall be high and low, better and lesser. At the realm of comparison, you cannot be the best always. Are you getting that point, please? In the realm of comparison, at the level of the body, you can't be Mr. Universe every year. You can't be Miss Universe every year. Can you be? You can't be Mr. Young every year. You cannot. Body shall grow old. Same thing also in your mind. Comparable field. In the comparable field, you cannot escape somebody being better, somebody being lesser. Complex is when the lesser person thinks inferior, the better person thinks superior. That becomes superiority complex, inferiority complex. A complex is created. You know that? Oh, I have a nose like this only. Does it breathe or no? No, but it's a stone. So, it should be sharp like a eagle's beak. What nonsense. Does it breathe? Yes, enough. My hand is like that, my tail is like that. Not only physical body, but also your level of your thinking. Who is sharper, who is less sharp, who is remembering, who cannot remember. And we go on comparing. We forgetting everything has its own place. The trouble is, when the donkeys try to be horse, everybody is in trouble. The moment the donkeys try to be horse, you are in trouble. Donkey is supposed to carry the load. He can't run. No, the donkeys want to run. Now what happens in the process? The load is gone, run also doesn't come. Knowing one's own capacity, knowing one's own position, both way. Knowing one's own capacity, knowing one's own position. Like in case of Arjuna, as a brother he doesn't have to fight, but as a prince he better. As a brother I have no misunderstanding with my brothers. I don't hate my brother, I love my brother. But as an enemy, I have to fight. Please understand. Like two friends attending an interview. You are PhD, the other person also PhD. You are engineer, the other person also engineer. But you are going to an interview. You do your best. No, I should not do my best or he will lose out. Others are there to compete, you don't worry. You are not the only one competing. You do your best. Let the other person do his best. If somebody gets it, congratulations. Doesn't get it, so what? 100 people will be talking. Only one person will get the first prize. 3 people, first, second, third. Rest is not counted. So therefore 100 people become enemy with each other. But what happens unconsciously? This type of idea gets into the head, completely gets into the head. Like the toe wants to be brain. What do? The donkey wants to be a horse. What do? That is her problem. Because the person doesn't recognize. Each thing must do its own place. This is a knowing your condition. That is, the grief never comes to you in life because you know where you can fit in. See, in a train engine, there is a socket and cylinder. Those are old machines. That have you seen that old machine? Taka, 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 it will go socket and cylinder. Goes in, out, in, out, in, out. Continuously moving. There is a nut and bolt. What is the job of the nut and bolt? Sitting down quiet. Sitting, steady. The nut and bolt is sitting and steady. Now suppose this socket and piston, the piston says, you lazy bone. Simply sitting in one place, sitting tight. You lazy bone, sitting tight. Look at me, how am I continuously working? Now this nut bolt certainly thought, hey, true, that fellow is working, I also must start working. He starts struggling to open. Open. Now that also is moving. What will happen? The whole engine will fall apart. Some fellows must be lazy bone nuts. That is how they hold it. Some has to continuously move. What can he do? Choice is yours. Grieving, please understand, that line is amazing, absolutely amazing. Are you a person grieving? Don't say, are you getting that point, please? It is more important to, not more or less, I should not say more or less. It is absolutely essential to know that I don't grieve, as much is essential to know I am the Brahman, the Absolute. You speak I am blissful, but always miserable, you are a waste. It's like a rich man, always poverty-stricken. You talk about your riches, but I don't see any expression of riches. It's only hunger, it's only pain. Whereas a poor man, maybe the little things at his disposal, but he makes best use of it. There is a very rich person, he died. When he went to the heavens, in the pearly gate, as the story goes, he was asked, anything good you have done in your life? He said, yes. What did you do? He's a multimillionaire, he is dead. What did you do good thing? In Central Park, when I was going in New York, Central Park, there is a beggar. I gave him 2 cents. And another time, in another railway station, subway, I gave another person 1 cent. Then this gate fellow who was in the gatekeeper, he doesn't know what to do, he looks at the cent, angel, and asking, what am I supposed to do? He has given 3 cents. He said, give him back his 3 cents and tell him go to hell. The multi-millionaire, 3 cents, and he thinks very charitable. What do you do? Complex, complex, complex. If you are aware of your capacity, knowing things as it is, who I am and what I have, the moment you are aware of your capacity, you become, suppose you are really the capacity of a horse, you shall be automatically running. When you are a donkey and you want to run, you shall be thinking of running and thinking will tire you. Action is far away. When you are a donkey, you are thinking of running. In your thought, you are a horse, but physically, you are a donkey. Then what happens? Thinking about achievement, thinking about running, the person is tired. Physically, doing nothing. I told you the other day, काम कहने से वो नहीं होता है, करने से होता है. By speaking, you don't achieve. By doing, you achieve. Understand? Arjuna is not capable of fighting. And suppose he says, look at this, Drona unnecessarily creating problem. Bhima, what is that? Arjuna, what is that other boy? Duryodhana is creating problem. Hey, that is what they do. Don't blame them. They are living their life. What are you doing? If you are that capable, fight it out. In the life you shall see everybody, beginning from school child to the son or the daughter, subordinates who are superior, inferior. Everybody wants to pass on the buck for their failure. The moment you say failure, you want to pass on the buck. Ask the child, why did you fail? Course was not complete. For every student, course was not complete. How come some got it? Why did you fail? Examiner was stupid. Same examiner corrected everybody's paper. Some got in spite of that. Question paper was very hard. Why your marriage didn't work out? That fellow is like this fellow is like that. Government is like that. The rain did not come. 100 reasons. Why? Nobody accepts his failure. But if it works out, I am the one who did it. You completely forget everybody has helped. If you make use of the facilities, there is water there, land there, cultivate, put it. Beautiful things grow. You don't cultivate, don't do anything. Then you say what? Nothing growing here. Ah, that's true. Very much true. You understand? So please see, any time, if you are aware of your strength, absolute. Strength and weakness, relative. Both you will have. You have relative strength, relative weakness. Because nobody is, for no individual, everything is perfect at the level of the body and the mind. Situations will vary. You have a better advantage with a father, mother, society, people, riches, education, like that. Different types of exposure. Physical body also, everybody is not same. Somebody is well built, somebody is strong, somebody is fragile. Mentally, intellectually also, somebody can be very brilliant, somebody can be little dull. Everybody can't be thinking in the same possible way. So you look and recognize your weakness, you recognize your strength. So that long before somebody points out your weakness, if you know your weakness, no grieving. Long before somebody points out your brilliance, if you are aware of your brilliance, you shall not be proud. Yes, I am blessed with a wonderful mind. Study, think, I do it, use it, fine, but God's grace. Both the ways. The grieving comes when you think, I should be the other way. Are you getting that point? There is a difference between who I am and what I should be. That is why what I should be, that completely frustrates you. Why today's man, modern man, is so disappointed, so dejected, so frustrated? Because we are always trying to live out other people's dream. Somebody has told what is the ideal body. Somebody has told what is the ideal house. Somebody has told what is the ideal dress, what should be the dress sense. So what type of clothes you should have, what type of car you should have, what type of house you should have. What is success? What is failure? And then we try to fill it up. The worst part of it is not only in the world of so-called secular world of competitors, but in the so-called religious world also. Among the religious people also competition. Who gets how many malas, how many garlands, how many elephants come to receive you, who is going where, what type of, he is going round the world for 25 years. So what happens? Postcards also going around the world for 25 years, 35 years. No, you cannot believe that sense of comparison. So when you have a sense of there's inferiority complex will be there. Because you are not aware of your own capacity. So that is like somebody can cheat. Just to impress, you get somebody's car, borrow somebody's car and show off my car. People do that. You borrow somebody's car and show it up as your car. You live in somebody's house and you tell them, my house, my house. Oh. Borrow somebody's idea, pass it on as your own idea. When your person is getting by heart, you get by heart a talk, repeat that twice, thrice, 4 times. Same talk, you repeat it. After 2 days, you don't know what to talk. Now the persons are very impressed by the talk. I was telling about that person, no? He has got 3 talks in his brain. Completely got by heart. And he delivers it just very powerful because you know the whole speech. 45 minutes he can speak, completely got by heart. So the people who listen, naturally they are impressed. They call for second time. Second time, of course, there is no time because he is already too busy, as though. So that way, when you are too busy, that means what? You are very important. So that mystery continues. Put the fellow for the 4th day, finished, doesn't have anything inside. This is disappointment. You are eternally young. With your body, if you are feeling young, you shall be old. Eternally conscious. But if you hold on to a thought to show your brilliance, thoughts will go away. That is why at no time you can afford to grieve in life. Be happy, blissful with yourself, who you are. Then recognize your relative strength, relative weakness. What you have will have its limitation. Who you are, limitless. So at no time you are grieving. You are a happy man. There is no greater wealth than this happiness, the sense of fulfillment. And then you use your body, use your mind. What can I do? Whatever you see your capacity is. You are not unnecessarily killing yourself, nor you are underutilizing your intelligence. You know exactly how to use it. Very beautiful. You know exactly how to use it. But you must have it. If you don't have it, how are you going to share it? Just think. When I was sitting down here in this ashram 25 years back, 82, 83, and that's house you have seen that. I'll be sitting down there. Thought of thoughts, I go on, write. All these books that you are seeing printed are from this place only. So many books are printed. Write. Why? There's nobody to talk. So just write, talking to myself. Go on, write. The students who are attending classes, they'll come and say, oh, Swamiji, you should be going and talking everywhere. I said, don't worry, but you should be. You organize. What is there? I don't ask that also. Why should I do that? I just go on doing that. I said, don't worry about it. When time will come, even this time will not be available. So let me do this now. True. Now I can't write a single line. Why? Every day. Class. Go here, go there, go here, go there. No class. No writing. Because it's very difficult. Why? You're speaking it out. You must have it inside. When you have it inside, then only somebody will ask you what it is. If you don't have it inside, is what you give must have some meaning for the people. What you give, if you don't have a meaning, person is not coming. Just like, understand, just like intellectual riches, these ideas, the thoughts, suppose you are a person, you have no riches, who will come to your house? Just think, if you are a poor person, materially poor person, who will come to your house? If they come to you, they will feel sympathetic. Oh, you poor thing, don't have. If I ask, I will embarrass him. They don't ask you and go away. Suppose you are with the moods, angry, hateful, jealous, what say? Oh, he has his personal problem, why should he talk to solution? Are you getting that? How your life reflects. If you are a person with full of solution, you are happy, moving around, fulfilled, restful, then everybody asks you, how? But when they see you are having miserably moving, that fellow has so much misery, what can he solve my problem? They all walk away. Simple. That is why observe yourself. So 2 dimensions, absolute as well as relative. From the absolute standpoint, achedyoyam, adayoyam, akledya, asosyayevache, nitya, sarvagata, sthanuhu, achalaha, sanatana. From the absolute standpoint, hey Arjuna, who you are, cannot be destroyed by anything. Nothing can touch it. Abhyaktoyam, unmanifest. No sense organs can perceive. Achintoyam, not a thought. Is not a thought of any kind. Then how can you associate meditation with a specialized perception or a specialized thought? Are you getting that point? If it is not a thought, if it is not a perception, so meditation is not some type of extraordinary perception. Oh, I saw 5, 7 colors outside or inside. You are cuckoo, don't worry. Clearly this scripture says, and you must see it for yourself, because who you are is same with everybody. Incomparable existence. No sense of inferiority or superiority. Na vardhate na kanyan. Neither increases nor decreases. Samam hi Brahma. Nirdosam hi samam Brahma. Samam hi Brahma. The Brahman is same, one and the same. Nirdosham, flawless. Everybody is beautiful. You are as infinity as I am. You are as immortal as I am. You are as blissful as I am. What a thing. Long before the other person knows about himself, you have taken him in your embrace. Why? You are in the same club, infinity. Absolute. What a universe. Physically, of course, there will be some limitation. I have something which you don't have, you have something which I don't have. So nobody can be proud. Understand? In the comparable zone, there shall be ups and downs. There shall be somebody inferior, somebody superior. Somebody high, somebody low. Somebody good, somebody bad. Somebody capable, somebody incapable. You shall be there, just like in your house. The father has certain capacity, mother has certain capacity, children have different capacity. But together they make it a family. Forget the outside, come to your body. Your body is a family, your body is an organization. Other day I was telling you, headquarters, leg. Your body is an organization. Certain parts are more important than certain other part, but they form the part of the body. If the eyes say, oh, nobody giving me importance, I'll close myself. Body meets with an accident. Ears considered as superior or inferior. So your whole body is an ear. What will happen? Body will die. Your whole body is just an eye. It will die. Your whole body is stomach. It will die. Every part of the body has its place. Same thing also, just like a body is a family, body is a country, body is an organization, the whole creation also is like that. You find out for yourself where you can fit in. Understand? We have not asked the eyes to see. Eyes are there and they see. As a human being, you can find out, can you be a leg? Can you be a foot soldier? Or can you be the brain, the headquarters? Can you be the knee joint? Or can you be the stomach? Which part of this organism you can be? Somewhere you are head, somewhere you are a tail. Comfortable with everything. Are you getting that point, please? Comfortable with everything, all times in life. When you are in the office, you are the managing director. Therefore, penthouse. When you are getting down, you are the passenger. Sit down back. The driver in the front. Driver is a managing director of the car. Just think of it. You can't be everywhere the same person. Roles will change. The trouble comes in just like the managing director thinks wherever he goes, he is the managing director. Wherever he goes, the prime minister. The position goes, the fellow doesn't know what to do. Same thing, sadhus also. Wherever goes, they are the gods walking the earth. So everybody must prostrate, everybody must fall flat. Even if you are an idiot, it doesn't work. You are too full of it. Are you getting that? Just like that. When I'm traveling, I'm just a passenger. When I'm in the market, I'm just a customer. And walking, I'm just a walker. You understand the flexibility of the roles? Nobody can puncture you because when you are so aware of your own realities, your own relative strength as well as weakness, long before somebody points it out to you, you are already aware. So who can touch you? Are you getting that point, please? Long before somebody points it out to you, you are already aware. Hey, I am overreacting. If somebody says, hey, you are overreacting, I know. You are too short temper. Stupid, I have been struggling with it. You are so angry. I don't know how to get out of it. Try. You are so brilliant. Thank you. Not always. Oh, you are such a fantastic personality. Because anything that comes. Whereas, there are people, you understand, there is sometimes when you are not aware of yourself, that is where you are available for psychophancy, flattery. What is flattery? Feeling flattered. Feeling flattered means what? Somebody admires you, which you don't deserve, but you feel very flattered. If you feel flattered, you are a very vague, useless person. If you feel flattered. Because if you feel flattered, you shall feel flattened. Like somebody, especially in his love affairs, a boy tells the girl, why do you love me? The moment the person asks, why do you love, drop the fellow and walk out. Because the person is not aware of his own strength. Trying to find out. I don't know why everybody hates me. That's what exactly known as the ignorance. If you are aware of your... Are you getting that point, please? When you are aware of your limitation, long before people point out, you know it. That is why, no anusochitu marahasi. Please understand, if you don't see this, you can make a Mahabharata war. From what? From any situation in your life. Literally, as they say in English language, making a mountain out of molehill. You inevitably make a mountain out of a molehill. A small thing, but you make a huge thing out of it. Like for a balloon, the child cries for the days, just for a balloon. For an ice cream. What do you tell to the child that time? How can you be like that? But that is what the baby is. For a balloon. Grown-up people also cry out for a balloon of a thing, ice cream of a thing. It can be anything. I know, I went there, he did not even wish me. Appa, The whole life is finished. Why? I am supposed to be respected. Nobody respected. Mountain out of a molehill. Why? Nobody respects. When you say nobody, just like I tell you that, when you say nobody loves me, does it include yourself? When you say nobody respects me, does it include yourself? Of course it does. That is why you are so empty. One little thing. Everybody was given the sweet, I was not given. Mountain out of a molehill. Understand? Just think. Any situation, please understand, any situation, you think for yourself. That is why your personal war is going on inside in life. It's a personal war, not a battle. It's a war going on inside you. Continuously, so many roles are fighting with each other. Why do you feel depressed? Why do you feel dejected? One little expectation, obsession, has completely overtaken every other role. You forget about yourself, who you are. So any moment of forgetfulness, you become miserable. That is why, what do the people do? Leave them alone. Just leave people alone. When you leave people alone, somewhere, sometimes, hopefully, the sanity will come. But by the time you go on living your life like that, a miserable life passes away. No, you can't afford to do that. Live your life, enjoy it. So here, that language. Hey Arjuna, from any standpoint, you cannot grieve in life. There is infinite reasons to be happy, not a single reason to be unhappy in life. Listen carefully. There are infinite reasons to be happy, meaning infinite is not a reason to be happy. Infinite reasons to be happy means you can be happy for a million things. Or, because the most important thing is, you are happy because you are the happiness itself. But there is not a single reason to be unhappy in life. Why? What you consider as a reason is a relative standpoint, belongs somewhere, not you. Oh, my body is like this. Hey, body is like that. So if your body is like that, why do you feel crooked when the body is crooked? That is Ashtavakra. You see that beauty? Ashtavakra, his name is Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra means 8 bends. So when he is walking, the hands, legs, body, the whole thing is a bend. And he was one day sitting down he came to Janaka's court. Janaka, the king, in his king, there are so many learned people are there. And Ashtavakra, the sage, comes with 8 bend. Imagine a person walking with 8 bend. How will be walking? Suddenly, unconsciously, some of those people started laughing. Then immediately Janaka talks to Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra tells to Janaka, "O king, I had come here after listening that in your court there are a lot of learned scholars. But I see there are only cobblers here." Cobblers means those who deal with the leather. Cobblers, those with leather. Cobblers that deal with leather and the bone and the skin and the bone. Naturally, Janaka says, "For what? You're looking at this body, they are laughing." Cobblers. They have not seen the absolute. What do you do in the world? All are cobblers. No reflection on cobbler. Everybody dealing with skin and bone. How many people are dealing with the wisdom, the absolute? And if you deal with it, every skin is beautiful, every bone is beautiful. Why? You have a body, no? Enough. Today what is happening? Billions of dollars are spent on cosmetic surgery. How they look is more important than who they are. Your look can be absolutely gorgeous, but inside such a sick fellow sitting there, everybody shall run away from you. Very well dressed up. Beautiful forest, tigers inside. Will you go in? Lovely waters, sharks are underneath. Will you go in? Beautiful to look at, handsome person. Angry, short-tempered, manipulative, lying, miserable. Riddled with complexes. Nobody will talk to you. Understand? Therefore, knowing about yourself, so very important. So that there is no grieving. Nanu sochitu marasi. Here, Arjuna, you cannot grieve. That is why, if you solve this problem, whether it is in the battlefield in case of Arjuna, or in case of your own little thing, you are making mountain out of a molehill. I don't want to eat. I don't want to go there. I don't want to talk. I don't want to see. All right, solve a problem. Who are you? Any time you solve the problem about yourself, thereafter it takes care of your battle with a million people, to battle with one thought, to battle with other person. Meaning your whole living is taken care of, because you are now absolutely aware of yourself. So, now let us see that, please. Hey Arjuna, atha chainam nitya jatam, nityam va mrutam manyase. Even if you know everything is absolute, immortal, no problem. Atha, or enam nityam jatam, nityam jatam iti manyase, nityam mrutam iti manyase, nityam jatam iti manyase. If you think this eternal is born or dying, tathapi, still, hey Mahavaho, mighty armed one, natvam sochitu marasi. You cannot afford to grieve. Why? Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. Anything that is born shall die. Anything that begins comes to an end. You cannot grieve that the summer is ending. Did it begin? Yes, it will end. Lecture begins? Yes, it ends. Life begins? Ends. Anything that begins will end. Relationship begins, ends. Prosperity begins, ends. One generation was poor, become rich. Next generation become poor. Cycle can continue. A little longer it may last, but it will come to an end. Where are the empires? Think of it. Oh, what is his name? Bhartrihari is that. Saramyanagari Param Sandrupati Sa Chandra Bimbanana. Beautiful language, a whole verse I don't remember. Saramyanagari, that beautiful city. Param Sandrupati, that king was so powerful. Sa Chandra Bimbanana, beautiful damsels surrounding the king. Then mighty youngsters who drew the khadga with a powerful soldier, powerful armor, swords and everything, holding, young soldiers are standing surrounding him. Then great scholars also surrounding. That city, that king, the scholars, those warriors, those beautiful damsels, Smriti Patham Agat, by whose Kalaya Tasmai Nama, Yasya Vase, because of whose, by whose control or by whose presence, all these beautiful things, Smriti Patham Agat, literally went down the memory lane. To that Kala, I namaskar. Where are the kings? Where are the emperors? And what the person thinking? This sense of, for average person, that lokecha, vittecha, that is why that yeshanatraya. Somebody wants to be rich, vittecha. Somebody wants to be famous, lokecha. Somebody wants to putrecha. I would have this thing, I would have that thing. Ask yourself that question. That is where the ambition. The sense of ambition completely destroys himself. And someday, please understand, when somebody is ambitious, others also fall victim, because this fellow takes everybody around that. For he is or her ambition, other persons are sacrificed. Or the one person is ambitious. There is one thing for you to be growing up in life. You know that boy, what is his name? He is gone, Edmund Hillary. Fantastic statement. Edmund Hillary, he did not win over Mount Everest, did not conquer in the first attempt. First 2 times he failed. And you know the great statement that he left behind. He looked at the Mount Everest and he comes back and says, Mount Everest, don't worry, I will conquer you. Why? You are a mountain, you shall not grow. I am a human being, I will grow. Understand? That is ambition. Ambition is not, can you take me over your shoulder and put me on the Mount Everest? Yes. Then I can tell everybody, I have mounted Everest now. I have climbed the Mount Everest. This is where, like these days, politician's son becoming politician, princess, king's son become prince. Why? And over other person's shoulder, can I get into that throne? Oh, then what will do? You will misuse the whole throne, and after you the deluge. You are reaching. Mountain, you cannot conquer me, because you shall never grow. I am a human being, I shall grow. You grow, you reach. And in that there is no ambition. It's just like a seed. A tiny seed. If the tiny seed suppose waiting, let the earth give way, then I will grow. Will it grow? A tiny seed. Suppose you say, let the earth go, let the earth part, then I can grow. No. When the tiny seed, when it starts growing, the huge earth gives way. You see that example? When the tiny seed, when it starts sprouting, the earth gives way. You grow and see whether things give way or not. No, but most people want to be transplanted. On your shoulder, I will be on the Mount Everest. You land in a chopper and you say, I climbed Mount Everest. Nowadays people get that type of, you get a type of certificate. If you take a Mount Everest flight, they give you a certificate. This day he went over the Mount Everest. You can show everybody. What is this nonsense? How did he go? Helicopter took. So who should take the certificate? The helicopter should get all the certificate, not you. Because of my father, because of my brother, because of my this, because, hey, come on. That is why people are so disappointed in life. You do by yourself. That's what. Because if anything begins, it shall end. Arjuna, you cannot grieve for the death of these people. Jatasya dhruvo mrityu. When the body, anything that is born will die. Dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Since it comes here, the sake of the body, 3 possibilities. From the absolute standpoint, mukti, liberation. From the body standpoint, when it is alive, it must die. And when the body is dead, jiva is born again, reincarnation. That is why the example that before we saw that, Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grnahati naroparani tatha sarirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. As even giving up the old clothes, the person takes up a new cloth, giving up this old body, jiva travels into another body. So there is no, for the immortal self that you are, you cannot grieve. It's not a matter of grief there. For a physical body, you need not grieve. Why? That it was born, therefore it dies. For the jiva, you need not worry. Travels from body to body. From which standpoint you shall worry? From the standpoint of the body, you cannot worry because it will die. That's the nature of the body. So take care of the body. Are you getting that? Just because the nature of the body is to die, so why are you helping it to die? Smoking, drinking, overeating, Why are you helping it to die? Maintain it. That is why Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Take care of your body first. How you take care? Don't ask me. Give enough exercise, do it. What exercise do? Why are you asking me? You do. One fellow said, he does exercise. Forget that whole thing, very funny. My exercise is jumping to conclusion. Every day I get heavy exercise by jumping the conclusion, by stabbing at the back. It's very funny. I don't know where I saw it. It's so funny. You know, the biggest exercise he gets, always jumping to conclusion. A heavy exercise. Think of it. Physical body, how will you keep it? Don't ask me. This is the only way? No. Just think of it. Keeping the body fit. Because body shall pass. Because born, it shall die. Youth shall end. Same thing. Subtle body standpoint, when the body is given up, it travels from one body to another body. Continuity. Need not grieve. Nobody is helpless. Absolute standpoint, everybody is immortal. Why should you grieve? Same comparison, please understand, you speak same language, you can put the language of the happiness. Everybody, from the standpoint of absolute, always happy. From the standpoint of sense organ, agama painaha anitya, ehi sansparsaja bhogaha. They will be bhoga, they will be pleasures. Sansparsaja bhoga. Those sensations will be very pleasing or not pleasing, which is born out of the sense organ coming in terms of the sense object. But here Arjuna, agama apayina anitya. That the begin, there shall end. So relative pain and pleasure shall end. Absolute happiness, never ending. Why should you grieve? Pleasure means begun, no? It will end. No, I want it to be always there. What can anybody do? You understand? This is where wrong expectation. Understand? Can you see things as it is? Sensation begins, ends. Pain begins, also will end. No, suppose the pain begins, never ends, the body dies, you are immortal. Suppose you have a disease, after 2 years you are going to die. Shall you die from today? Why wait for death? Continue to live. Death will come. That is why no grieving. It's not a pep talk. Are you getting that point? It's not a pep talk. It is something, an understanding of yourself. Absolutely happy with myself. Relative things will change. Jatasya dhruvo mrityu. Anything that is born shall be dead. If it begins, it will end. And in that, it's like a formula. You can put anything in life. You can just put anything in life. Think. Just anything. Eating begins, ends. Trip begins, ends. The moment the moment a hint of misery comes into you, start thinking, why? Why am I miserable? Why am I miserable? Why that cloud comes? I am the clear sky of consciousness. Why that cloud? You catch it. Don't ask others to remove the cloud. In your head, nobody else can remove the cloud. They can create a cloud only if you allow the cloud to be created. Your reactions is yours. Understand? Reaction is yours. Somebody can give you huge, whatever type of statement they want to give, let them give. Reaction, completely yours. Understand? That the cloud comes up, then you are miserable. The moment it comes, you ask yourself, it begins, it will end. That is why sometimes you are consciously just waiting for it to disappear. Beautiful examples will come in Bhagavad Gita itself. Certain things goes away effortlessly, certain things little effort, certain things takes its own time, but it goes. You are always with yourself. Tasmad apariharyarthe natvam sochitam. Hey Arjuna, since it is inevitable, how can you grieve for inevitable thing? Old age, inevitable. Death, inevitable. End, inevitable. Begins means something will end, inevitable. How can you grieve? If the other person is ignorant, their misunderstanding, inevitable. Their arrogance, inevitable. Selfishness, inevitable. Am I dealing with an ignorant person? Yes, those things are inevitable. Do you know when you are disappointed? When you consider the person as smart, when he is really ignorant. That is where your misunderstanding comes. The person is ignorant, but you consider him wise. You are disappointed. The person is wise, but from your standpoint, the person is ignorant. You lose it's like this. The sun is there, but you think it is not the sun, You cover it up. Something somewhere. You get the coldness out of it. The wisdom is there, but you don't consider it wisdom. Then what happens? Instead of basking in the sunlight of wisdom, you are literally suffering in the coldness of ignorance. Because you have prevented the wisdom from coming. Or the other side of it is, the other person is ignorant. You consider darkness as the light. Again you shall be miserable. That is why when you are aware of yourself, every place you are fantastic. Natvam sochito Maharaj, cannot grieve. Take over this line and think for your life, please. And hey Arjuna, just read the next one, we'll finish it up. Because this is simple, same meaning. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyakta nidananyeva tatra ka paridevana avyakta. Okay, forget. You don't even see Bhagavan now giving very, very common sense argument. Very common sense argument. After giving him absolute, relative, all these things, now gives a very common sense argument. Forget there is no eternal. Forget there is no birth and death. Forget all these things. For you, you are a person who believe in what they call in Tamil Nadu, Yarki, natural. Everything is natural. No God, no creation, no nothing. Even if you consider that way, that everything just happens to be there, an accident also. Even if you consider that, abhyaktadini bhutani, vyakta madhyani bharata, abhyakta nirdhanani eva, tatra ka paridevana. Abhyakta adini bhutani. All the beings came from something abhyakta, invisible. Before your arrival here, nobody knows what was there, not visible. After you go away, nobody sees where you go. That also is invisible. Between the invisible and invisible, for sometimes you are visible. And therefore it disappears to invisibility. Kaparidevana, why are you worried? You came from invisibility, you shall go back to invisibility. In between you are visible for some time. It will come to an end. Like a mullah was asked, what do you think of after death? And what is the mystery of life and death? He said, I don't know. Mullah said, I don't know. But one thing I know. Whatever that is mystery, it must be terrible. He said, why? He said, because every child who is born crying. They come from the land of the unknown crying. And nobody wants to go there happily. The people who are dying also, they are also crying. Nobody wants to go there. So those who are coming from the land of unknown, crying. Those who are going to about to go to the land of unknown, crying. That means it must be a very stupid place. Why everybody is crying? Okay. Abhyakta adinibhuti. From the unknown it comes. Unto the unknown. In between, but sometimes there is a flash. Ka paridevana. What is that? Just play your role and die. And having told this common sense stuff, now he goes into, concludes almost like this teaching. Read it, we shall see in the afternoon, we'll see that class. That's a beautiful verse. Asyaryavat pasyati kaschidenam Asyaryavat vadati tatheva chanyah Asyaryavat chainamanya shrunoti Sratvapi na vedana chaiva kaschite. We'll see in the afternoon how the whole thing is a great wonder. The whole truth, existence, individual, everything is a great wonder. A massive miracle. Beautiful existence. Just close your eyes, see this for yourself, how there is absolutely no reason whatsoever, any time in life, to grieve. Since you are the happiness, there are all reasons to be happy. Not a single reason to be unhappy in life. Discomfort, comfort, you cannot escape. But unhappy you cannot be, miserable you cannot be. Disease, health, you cannot escape. Convenience, inconvenience, considerations you cannot escape. But unhappy you cannot be. Miserable you cannot be. Grieving you cannot. Happiness you are. Shivom, Shivom.